As a new horse owner, developing that relationship with your veterinarian is going to be absolutely key for the horse's health care through their lifetime. I love to form strong partnerships with my clients so that I truly understand what their needs are for their horse, what their goals are for that horse, and how I can help them achieve those goals within their budgets. Veterinary client-patient relationship actually has a strict legal definition in many states, and it defines the relationship between the veterinarian, the owner, and the horse. Usually that relationship is formed during preventive care, which can happen once or twice a year, when we provide the dentistry to the horse, we provide vaccinations, we talk through nutrition, we go over a parasite control program, and then the basis of our relationship is built on that framework. And then obviously if we need to be seeing that horse for emergencies or other things that come up through the year, we have that bond that we can build on and move forward from there. Preventive care expenses are relatively predictable for most horses. That's going to be once or twice a year, and there's not a lot of variability in what most horses might need. So planning ahead is pretty easy, but in some cases during those preventive care exams, we might find something that needs to be addressed immediately that is more than what you thought it might be. For example, we might find a skin tumor that we need to biopsy and potentially treat, and that's going to add to the expense of the whole procedure. So it's great to have a plan for a way that you can cover those additional unexpected expenses if you need to. Preventive care, good regular preventive care, is really key to catching those problems while they're small and easily treatable and relatively affordable. If your veterinarian is looking at your horse once to twice a year, they're going to find those problems, correct the nutritional imbalances before they become a significant issue. So hugely important, and for your horse's overall health and for limiting your expenses in the long run. So during the annual wellness exam, we're going to talk through the whole nutrition program. What are you feeding your horse? How much are you feeding your horse of certain things? Sometimes we find redundancies in that nutritional program or else deficiencies that we can correct. We're going to also talk about the parasite control program, your horse's exercise program in a lot of cases, their foot care. We'll essentially be going over your horse head to toe, looking at eyes, ears, skin, all of that. So in a lot of ways, we're your horse's dentist, we're their ophthalmologist, we're their dermatologist, we're their sports medicine doc. It's a pretty comprehensive relationship, and we are really fortunate here at Bend Equine to work as a team that contains specialists. So we have a lot of really advanced general practitioners, but when we find a specific problem that might be better addressed by a specialist, it's really easy to reach out to our colleagues here and come up with maybe a more complete picture of what's going on, more complete options for treatment, and then the ability to actually go on and provide that specialized care. Oftentimes with horse ownership, there are unexpected expenses, be they medical or otherwise. And yes, specialized care for horses can get really expensive in a hurry, so it's great to have a plan for how you're going to address those, be that a savings account. Insurance is great, but they don't pay out right away in a lot of cases, so you need to have a plan for how you're going to take care of that in the short run as well. And CareCredit can be a fabulous option that can kind of spread those expenses out and make it more manageable for them. So CareCredit can be a good tool for preventive care as well. We have a lot of clients who actually use it that way, and they find that they want to put those preventive care charges, even if they're relatively limited, on that card, and then they can parcel out those payments over a longer period of time that works better for their personal budget. Trust with my clients is incredibly important to me personally. I find it really rewarding to work with people over the years and know that when I make a recommendation that they understand it's coming from, our trusting relationship, that I truly want the best for them and their horse. And it takes time to build those trusting relationships and understand truly what their needs are and desires are for that horse. But it's become one of my most cherished parts of my profession, is having those relationships.